And we're back. Tacos with Friends podcast at gmail.com. Tacos with Friend on Twitter. Tacos with Friends on YouTube. Last week, we pretty much spent like a whole hour kind of just talking about the Kanye, slavery was a choice thing. Last week, I did want to talk about Bill Cosby, but we just kind of got caught up in the whole Kanye thing. So this week I did want to touch on it real quick. I want to talk about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly real quick. This is probably going to be like a kind of short show. Basically, if you don't know, Bill Cosby was found guilty for the charges that was put against him for basically raping women. And right now, I think he's facing up to 30 years in jail. Bill Cosby is 80 years old, of course. And this whole thing has been crazy because I remember when it first kind of came out about, what he was doing. I think maybe like the first 2-3 women, I was kind of skeptical of it. I wasn't really sure, maybe they were just, saying something to, trying to damage his reputation. And then, around the time we got to maybe like 10 women, I pretty much was like, yeah, Bill is out here. Bill's been raping women. And obviously I would think that, the fact is that it took almost 10 women for me to believe that he was doing it. That's a part of the problem. But also, with the R. Kelly thing going on now, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Spotify put out that they were actually removing R. Kelly from all of their from the Spotify playlist, the Spotify sponsored playlist. So right now, R. Kelly is, I know they're canceling concerts for him, and really with just this movement of, like a lot of powerful men that have been getting away with, some really creepy shit the last, 20 years, they're really, they're getting back, but I'm not alone today. Jim might be joining us later, but Kurt wanted to talk about this so much that he couldn't be here, but I'm going to get Kurt on the phone. From the podcast last week, everybody loves Kurt. I don't know why, but everybody loves Kurt. So I'm going to get him on the phone. So give me a second. I'm calling him right now. All right, Kurt, you on the microphone right now, man. All right. Okay. All right. Don't put my personal business out here in these streets, Kurt. All right. All right.
Where am I on personal business in the street?
All right. Okay. All right, cool. All right, Kurt. So I think Jim might be coming out. I don't know, but we gonna run through it real quick, man. So I kind of talked about, like, I think a couple of days ago, Kurt, I told you I wanted to talk about the Bill Cosby and R. Kelly thing, and I know you wanted to talk about it. See, any other week, Kurt, I'd have been like, you know what? Let's reschedule for the next week. But I wanted to get this while it was fresh on your brain, Kurt. So go ahead, tell me how you feel about the R. Kelly and Bill Cosby thing.
Well, basically, it's always a witch hunt. You know what I'm saying? They say they finally caught OJ. Now they got to catch Bill. Now they looking at Rob. You know what I'm saying? As far as what we quote unquote have as black role models, male role models in our community, it's always a witch hunt. Since the beginning of time, even starting with Shaka Zulu. You dig? As a black male that has some type of credence in the neighborhood, all of a sudden it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like they say on Malcolm X, that nigga got too much power. But that's basically all it is. It's always a witch hunt for us, but the guy on 7th Heaven can rape kids, molest kids, and we don't hear nothing else about it on the news. You understand what I'm saying? R. Kelly's been making music for years. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you the truth. Whatever's going on in his personal life, he may be going about it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man. He needs to make sure he make grown man decisions. So whatever he's doing in his personal life has nothing to do with the quality of music he's making. You understand what I'm saying? So they boycotting his music because he's making personal mistakes, which is, like I said, that's a mistake. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly's probably one of the most profound music artists in the world. But yet, again, his personal life, causes issues. Same with Bill Cosby. We've been loving Bill Cosby before we even came out. You know what I'm saying? Fat Albert. You know what I'm saying? We've been watching Bill Cosby success or his I guess I'm trying to look for another word other than success, but right now it's not getting me. But we've been watching it for years since we've been born. You know what I'm saying? All we know is Bill Cosby, William Cosby. And so now, all of a sudden, you can't remember what happened the day before, but you can remember that Bill Cosby drugs. You can remember that you was looped up for days, but you can't remember when you lost your car keys. You know where I'm coming from? So we're trying to figure this one out. How do you keep telling about how Bill Cosby drugged you? If you were so drugged, how do you remember?
All right, Kurt.
What type of memory you have where you can't remember him fathering you, but you can remember that it happened, but you were so drugged out your fucking mind.
All right, Kurt. Look, all right, so let me ask you this question though. Do you think Bill Cosby, like, okay, let's say, obviously, like I was saying, like before I called you, I was saying, it kind of took maybe the first, like after it took basically once 10 women kind of came out and said that, he did the same thing to him. That's kind of when I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. Bill Cosby's been out here, dropping pills. Now with R. Kelly, now I ain't gonna front the R. Kelly thing. That's something that, that if you live in the area, that's something that you've been hearing about, for years, even when he was like putting out like #1 hits, people kind of knew, R. Kelly is on some, on some weird stuff. I actually read an article about him and they were saying that, this was something that, his record company, they knew that this is something that, he would do. This is something that, when he would go to like recording studios, the employees for that studio, they would, contact the record company and, basically tell them that, R. Kelly was doing, some strange things, at the studio. Now, R. Kelly was found not guilty. I ain't gonna say innocent because from what jurors said, they said that because I think the young lady in the video didn't testify, they couldn't really, they couldn't basically say he was guilty. Now, Bill Cosby, on the other hand, he went to trial and they found him guilty, and right now he's facing like up to 30.
The video of Bill Cosby?
Well, Kurt, you would have to think, right, that
you still going by he said, she said, no video evidence, no track of blood trace throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? But he's found guilty of what somebody said.
Now let me ask you this question though, real quick. Now, if a young lady went and she actually sued him for this and he paid her off, basically, paid her off, made her sign like, a non-disclosure agreement. Right. Now, you would think that in that case, he would be guilty of that if he paid the money and made her sign that agreement.
No, because a lot of times, see, that's the thing about this celebrity and stardom, as we was telling last week about making people more than what they are. A lot of times these celebrities, quote unquote, are paying people to get away from them. They are entrapped in their own fame and success. Either way, they can't win. Because if he's paying her to get away from him, it's a problem. But if he's still taking all her advances without paying her any money, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? These quote-unquote celebrities, these people need to stop making these fucking people more than what they are. Because, again, just because he may have gave us some hush money didn't mean he actually did it. That means he wanted her to get the fuck away from me so I can continue my life. Because they fall into these traps. They let themselves fall into these traps where these quote-unquote fans, oh, I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything you ask. I'll do anything for you. And then they hear it so many times, they go ahead and accept it. But when they fuck up, then all of a sudden, oh, he had to do it because he paid off. No, she wouldn't stop. It's always, like I said, catch 22 to every spectrum, man. We got to see both ends all the time. But we don't see both ends because we always see what the money is. We don't see the person that has the money. We don't see the person that's getting the money. So just because there was a closed case that said she got paid or whatever, doesn't mean he actually did anything to that person just because he wanted to continue to live his life. Women go through it the same way, man. Women have to, let me tell you something, man. The problem with today's society, men can't cry rape, number one. Because if cry rape is soft. You know what I'm saying? Women get taken advantage of. Men, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Women get taken advantage of. Men do the manipulation. But women paying men to get away from them all the time. You don't see it on the news, though. I bet you any female, so quote-unquote celebrity has had somebody that stalked them to the point they say, listen, take this certain amount of money and get the fuck away from me. Because if I kill you, now I'm going to jail. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. We just don't see it until money is involved. So regardless of what was signed and agreed to, does not make you guilty of anything. That's what that quote-unquote celebrity brings you.
Now, okay. Now, Kurt, I'm with you on that. Sort of, kind of. Because, like I said, like it took the first few women before, you know, like I was kind of where you was at, like on the first, maybe like once we got. Okay, you gonna stop not paying attention to the bandwagon. You understand what I mean of simple lawsuits? How they said people in the mail about lawsuits you ain't never even heard the fuck of, but you get mailings. Because they want everybody to jump on that bandwagon. Because the more on the bandwagon, the more of that conversation. Stop talking about how many people came forward. But Kurt, it's like
nobody came forward and said nothing. Bill was at the peak of his career. All this shit could have been taking place 40 years ago. R. Kelly, like you said. These people call the studio head instead of calling the proper authority. But now you want to set up R. Kelly. But you could have had this motherfucker arrested years ago. You want to call studio, but you don't want to call the police. That's your fucking fault. You enabled this motherfucker. If that's what you saw him doing, you should have stepped in and called the authorities. 40 years ago, these quote-unquote 10 women you keep trying to bring up could have went to the authorities. Stop saying these bandwagon ass balls got something to say now. I ain't trying to hear that 10 women shit.
Kurt, it's 80 women.
Okay, same thing. 40 years ago, when Bill was on the top of his game, all this could have been nipped in the bud. How the fuck it get to 80 women, G? See, this is what you're not understanding. You too busy looking at the number. You're not thinking about how I got to the number. How the fuck was he able to drug, rape, do whatever all these years to 80 women? Come on, G. Listen to what you're saying. Don't pay attention to the number. Pay attention to the amount of time it took for this dude to do this.
Okay. Now,
you telling me?
Now, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, though, Kurt. Let me ask you this, though. Now, would you agree that maybe it's because Bill Cosby was so powerful? Like, yeah, like you said, Kurt, Bill Cosby, Bill Cosby was he's so rich that he was trying to buy NBC, like the entire network. Bill Cosby is cashed out. Like, actually, when they found him guilty, they were trying to actually lock him up that day because they were like, this dude could buy an airplane and fly away from here. So Bill Cosby is cashed up. So would you think that in a like, from a woman's point of view, if Bill Cosby just slipped you something, wouldn't you think that they would be, kind of worried that, okay, you never know. Bill Cosby might have shooters out here, Kurt. Bill Cosby might have killers in these streets that's about to kill these women.
Okay. So, would you think those shooters disappeared just because Bill Cosby got old?
Yeah.
If you got shooters then, he ain't got no shooters now.
Well, Kurt, you got to remember. Well, Kurt,
if Bill was able to fuck these girls, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation. Bill can't fuck no more. He probably still got shooters, but he ain't got hip motion. What are you talking about, G?
Kurt, well, Bill Cosby shooters. Kurt, Bill Cosby shooters, man. They probably retired out the game. Bill Cosby was probably.
No, that's one thing that never retired, man. Shooting never retired, Captain. As long as your fucking finger can squeeze the trigger, you will never retire from shooting. Shooters don't retire, man. Shooters die. They don't retire. So Bill can accumulate just as many shooters as he's accumulated so many quote-unquote victims, right? So again, G, I don't know what perspective you're trying to see, man, but everything you're saying is not making any sense to me.
Kurt.
Because, again, these women had the options to make their voices heard years ago. You just stated the man was cashed out and could buy a fucking studio, a television studio, years ago.
Kurt.
Come on, man. He was cashed out years ago if that was the case.
All right, so Kurt, let me ask you this question. Do you think Bill Cosby and R. Kelly are rapists?
You said what?
Do you think that Bill Cosby and R. Kelly are rapists? From your...
Yeah, they may be rapists. They may be because what R. Kelly with his stupid ass, you know what I'm saying? Even after the Aaliyah thing, I was just telling my wife this morning, he didn't learn from that how to set up and sit forms. You got to understand, in a person's mental state, a lot of times, again, as they continue not to get caught, it becomes an addiction. It becomes exciting. Yes, he may have been a rapist if he's with women or underage girls. That's called molestation. That's raping. So the question is, who calls the authorities? It's not about what I think. It's about the person who supposedly saw this and did not reach out to the proper authorities. Me thinking him raping has nothing to do with him actually doing it. See, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, G. We're talking about what you may think because you see from the outside looking in. But the people that are inside not doing what they're supposed to do. Who didn't call the proper authorities when they felt R. Kelly was inappropriate with a young girl?
All right.
That's what you need to talk to.
All right, Kurt. Now let me ask you this question.
It's not what R. Kelly did. It's about what the fucker who didn't do shit.
All right. Now, Kurt, do you think Bill Cosby is a rapist?
If he is, if he raped.
I'm asking you your personal. I'm asking you a personal opinion. Do you think Bill Cosby is a rapist?
I don't think Bill Cosby was a rapist. He gave them the Jello pudding. They enjoyed getting the Jello pudding. I don't think he was a rapist. He gave them the Jello pudding till they liked it.
Now, Kurt, what I will tell you is this though. Like, so there is a statute of limitations on when you can come out. I think that's why, like more women aren't trying to come out and, and sue Bill Cosby because of of those limitations. So I think, so Bill was fucking up pretty recently.
It ain't about no statute of limitations. It's about why the hell was you with Bill Cosby? That's what they see. The embarrassment of what these women are now realizing are putting themselves in that position, that predicament. If that's what happened, because if you weren't kidnapped, we had this discussion before. If you weren't kidnapped, weren't forcibly tied to the bed, what are you talking about? Because you should have present of mind. Even if Bill Cosby is making you a drink with all the Jello pudding juice, if you don't feel right about that, don't accept that. Oh, I'm okay. I'm all right, Bill. I'm not thirsty right now.
Well, okay, Kurt.
Now, if you go to the point of trying to force you, then now you have a problem.
Now, Kurt, what if they thought that, they're in this room with Bill Cosby? What if they thought Heathcliff Huxtable was giving them a beverage and they trusted him because Heathcliff Huxtable delivered babies on the Cosby Show? What if they trusted him to take this drink, and next thing you know, really it was Bill Cosby that was drugging them?
Right.
That could be possible.
Right. But see, I would G for that. I would G for that number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe even 6. Because what we know about the industry, but as far as I can see, everybody seems to know each other. Everybody eventually seems to bump into each other. So number 1, 4, 5, 6, I can understand that scenario. But when you're talking about 7, 8, 9, and 80, what the hell happened?
Shoot,
Somebody
Bill
is not saying anything. This is what I'm saying. Somebody else in Bill Cosby's camp is seeing this trend, is seeing what's happening between him and the interactions between him and these young and these women. Even the women are seeing it, but nobody's saying anything. See, we need to put the blame on both parties. Stop saying a victim or stop trying to name victims, because you should have common sense to the point where, okay, I'm in the room alone with this man. I don't know him all that well. Just because his name is Bill Cosby doesn't mean you know him. Again, we had that conversation last week. Because these motherfuckers' name may be on the marquee does not mean you know them. You don't know these people.
Well, Kurt.
You know of them, but you don't know them.
Well, Kurt, I don't know about you, but I know who Claire and Heathcliff Huxtable is, and those people raised me.
You know Claire. You know her. You don't even know her real name.
Kurt, I know Claire Huxtable. What are you talking about?
You know Claire Huxtable.
Kurt, yeah, I might not know Felicia Rashad, but I know Claire Huxtable, all right?
Okay, so did you know Claire Huxtable gonna end up on Empire setting up people's families?
I don't watch that show. That's not Claire. That's not Claire Huxtable. That's not Claire. That's not Claire Huxtable, Kurt. That's not Claire Huxtable.
And that's the number one. Out of all the women, other than Bill Cosby's wife, that probably was the next woman that he's probably spent the most of his time with. Where's her statement at?
Well, no, she actually came out and she said that she feels that that they're trying to take Bill Cosby down because he's a successful black man.
No. Where's her statement against Bill Cosby is what I'm asking.
Well, Kurt, look.
Other than his wife, she was the only, truthfully, from what we can see, being on the Cosby Show, his wife Camille, Felicia Rashad were the only 2 women that I knew of him being with consistently. Where's her statement against? Because remember, there was an issue with the cast on Martin, right?
No, that was
that she felt that became too touchy-feely.
Yeah, that was Tisha Campbell. Yeah.
Tisha Campbell. She came out and said, so at the same time, shouldn't Felicia be saying something against Bill Cosby if he was doing all this touching shit? This is the next woman that you've been actually kissing on other than your wife on national television. All these years of that show, she ain't never felt uncomfortable around Bill. She ain't never offered her a drink.
Well, shoot, Kurt.
Come on, man.
All right.
There's no statement against Bill If anybody got something to say against Bill Cosby, she'll be her, because she was around him probably more than his wife, like I said. But again, where is the person that saw Bill committing this trend? It gotta be. There's always gotta be, like you said, a shooter. But there's always gotta be a public relation.
Okay, all right, Kurt. Let me ask you this. All right, Kurt. Let me ask you this now. All right, so we all know Felicia Rashad. She used to be married to Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad Rashad, well, I think he was a former football player, but also Ahmad Rashad, he hangs tight with Michael Jordan. Now we all know Michael Jordan got some heavy shooters in the streets. So maybe Bill Cosby didn't want to take that chance because his shooters wasn't packing the size heat that Jordan's shooters were.
The only shooters Jordan had on the door. But your ass out here, you get cigarettes and somebody having shooters, man. The only shooters Michael had was on the door, man.
All right, Kurt. Look, all right. So let's wrap it up. I'm gonna throw you like these two stories that I saw yesterday. I'm gonna call these are the tales from the Twitter. These are two stories, Kurt. Tell me what you think about them. So in Florida, I think she was like 86, an 86-year-old grandmother. She was locked up because she slapped her 46-year-old granddaughter with a slipper because she said that she was tired of her granddaughter just laying around the house all day, sucking up all the air conditioning. Kurt, what are your feelings on that?
I agree with 100%. Because this is what I've been saying for a long time. This generation is fucking useless. All they want to do is not work and stay up on underneath their grandmothers and grandparents, move back to their parents' basement. You want to go to your mama's house and get cable instead of paying for your own fucking studio. You understand what I'm saying? Stay your ass on your own fucking feet. She should have smacked the bitch 3 times. Because she can get the fuck out of her house. She's 46 years old. A rich grandma would have smacked her ass at least 3 times. Because she deserves it. You are useless. This generation doesn't want to do a motherfucking thing but play video games and be in their motherfucking mama's room. And then got the nerve to talk about how lonely they are. Get your fucking ass out the house.
All right, Kurt.
Video games, fucking professional speed tester. Get the fuck out the house.
All right, Kurt. All right, Kurt. Next story from the tales of Twitter. Now, this was like a big story on the Twitter yesterday, Kurt. So, a Twitter user by the name of A Tribe Called Breast. She was talking to a man whose Twitter handle is Mr. Choke and Stroke. Now, hey, Jim is here, you guys. Now, Mr. Choke and Stroke and A Tribe Called Breast, they were, I guess they were talking, they were sending direct messages to each other. And so I guess the young lady, A Tribe Called Breast, she went on her Facebook and she found out that Mr. Choke and Stroke was actually married. Now, these two have never met each other in person. They were only exchanging, DMs. Now, she was very angry about this because she felt that he led her on. Now, Mr. Choke and Stroke, he says that, look, we were just pen pals and she was in a relationship too. Kurt, how do you feel about that?
Okay, see, that's where you caught me at. When you said she was in a relationship too. Because she got some fucking nerve to be upset with a man that's married when she's in a relationship. She's doing the exact same thing. I don't understand what is she upset about. Like he said, they're just communicating. They never met goals to meet each other. Kurt, real quick. He did send her a dick pic. So does that make that maybe when she said the dick pic come with an address and the zip code to meet me at this location? No, it's just a dick pic. What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with the fact that she not only is in a relationship, but then She is investigating this dude, right? Okay, you found out that he married. So what does that even mean? Was you planning on leaving your relationship to be with him? Is that why she upset?
Well, Kurt,
What is that upset about?
what if?
What's upset about other than the fact that she's not happy in her own relationship? This is why she's on the computer in the first place.
Now, Kurt, what if she thought that by receiving the dick pic that they were in a relationship? Maybe they were in a long distance relationship. Maybe now I will say this though. She did come out and say that he got a small dick. Now, I didn't look at the dick, okay? So let me put that out there for anybody that's wondering. I didn't see the dick, so I can't tell you the size of it. But I will say that she said his dick was small, and he came out with the only thing that a man would say when a woman, after you send a girl a dick pic and she says your dick is small, he's like, oh, so now I got a small dick. I understand it, you know. Hey, it's not about the size of the boat, it's about the motion in the ocean. Kurt, what do you feel about that?
Okay, so basically what you're saying is, this is how we start relationships now. So we just sending out dick pics that means we actually involved. That's what you're saying?
Well, Kurt, it's so much easier to send a dick pic now.
If she's that stupid to think that's what that gesture meant, she needs to be banned from the computer.
Well,
because if that's the case, everybody will be in or out of relationships.
Well,
if that's the case. But if that's what she thought that picture meant, she needs to be banned from the computer for the rest of her life.
Well, all right, Kurt. All right, Kurt.
I can associate how that meaning we in a relationship. How does that even sound, man?
Well, Kurt.
Stupidity, man.
Now, Kurt, I'm agree with you on that. I don't understand it. I think, you know, until we meet face to face and we can touch each other, we ain't in no relationship. If we just talking, you know, online, look, we kind of just faking right now. We faking it. So I'm with you on that. But Kurt, so
right. She got what she was looking for. See, that's the other part about this conversation and what that story. She got what she was looking for. She went on the internet and she got what she was looking for. It wasn't what she wanted, but that's what she was looking for. That's the fucking problem with people. They don't understand that, G. You might be wanting something and looking for something. They're two different things. Just like they always say, I prayed. You prayed. It wasn't answering what you wanted, but God answered you. She got her answer.
All right, Kurt. We're gonna wrap this up, man. Thanks for giving me that call. Kurt, you're gonna be here next week, right?
Right. I'm in the flesh.
All right, Kurt. All right. Till next time, Kurt. I'll talk to you later, man.
No problem, bro.
All right. So we went actually a lot longer than I thought. So we gonna wrap it up. But what I want to do though is I do want to play a video that I found. Basically, of like I don't give a fuck what Kurt say. Bill Cosby's out here raping. So I do want to play a video of Bill Cosby, you know, pretty much stating how he, you know, gets people in these vulnerable positions. So until next week, drink your water.
It's nice to see them work things out for themselves.
Yeah, we work everything out for themselves. It's my barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
My barbecue sauce. Haven't you ever noticed after people have some of my barbecue sauce, after a while when it kicks in, they get all huggy-buggy?
Stop.
I'm dead serious. Haven't you ever noticed that after one of my barbecues and they have the sauce, people want to get right home? Let me tell you something else. I got a cup of it up on the night table there. I got a cup of it, I said. Left it up there breathing. Why don't you give the chicken to these people? Let's go on up and have some sauce.